Thank you, all of you, for inviting us, and all of you for coming here. And well, hopefully, we will be able to give you something to take back with you. Uh, I want to think about economics, the subject. I taught many years ago. I haven't been teaching for many years now. But I taught microeconomic theory. But also, I taught a subject, one part of economics, which was a part of the economics course in Delhi University. It was economic systems. Now, economics, as Kaushik said, as Pulin said, is a very vast subject. It has one end of it is very formal. It's very precise, mathematical. Theorems, people are solving theorems and getting results just like mathematicians. But economics also is a social science. It deals with the problems of society. And because it deals with the problems of society, economics also it sort of blends into and shares space with economic history. You can't understand what is happening today in our society, in the economic world around us, unless you have a perspective on what happened before. What was India like? What was the Indian economy like? What was the world economy like? Say 100 years ago, 150 years ago, 200 years ago. What was it like? What was happening? Where did we stand? How did the economy function? So, economic history is a very, very important part of economics to understand the present, to know what is happening today and why things are the way they are. Also, as Pulin said, sociology, ethics, all of these, morality, all of these are part and parcel of philosophy, basically philosophy, you would say. All of it is part and parcel of getting a holistic picture of what economics as a subject is. So, in fact, if you go back to economic thought, one part of history is just knowing how the economy functioned, how was manufacturing done, how was the distribution of goods done. There weren't, can you imagine, there was a world in which there were small producers, village communities, where production was done for the village and the distribution happened within the village. Because transportation was not, you didn't have the kind of modern transportation that you have. So people lived within one community and there were links, there was trade, there were links with other communities, but it was limited. There were trade links, of course, even with other countries. You can see that in the history of seafaring communities in the coastal regions, in Odisha, for example, and in the West Coast, Gujarat and all. But the majority of people lived within their community. Their economic links were within the community, right? So, knowing all of that, over time, things change. So, economic history, one part of it is simply knowing how manufacturing happened, how distribution happened, all the things that we talk about in economics. There's another part of economics, which is, economics as a social science, the history of economic thought. How did thought, how did the thinking about economics develop? That is a very major part of economics, where people study the development of economic ideas. Because over time, as societies changed, as the world changed, thinking about economics also changed. Thinking about how things should be done, that also changed. So that is also a very important part of economics. So that's just basically to give you an idea about how vast the subject of economics is. It's not just about formal models. That's there. That's a very, in fact, I think in present day economics, that is the more important part of economics. But in an earlier era, it would have been economic thought, economic history. Those are also equally important parts of economics. So if you choose to become an economist, you have this large, it's actually a range of ideas and ways of practicing economics that you can engage in. I hope some of it will come across to you.